Pre-game huddle. And we're set to get underway with the state quarterfinals in baseball. Trevians have accomplished something just getting here that no other New Trier teams have done, and that is not only make it to the quarterfinals, but make it to the quarterfinals 2 years in a row. Added to that, well, we'll get to it. Here's Brian Rogers, defensively in left. Brian Pritz in center. And Tommy Geary. That big double that set up the winning runs against Stevenson. He's in right. Matt Sharp at third. Andrew Gelber at short. Chris Busby at second. And Matt Loddick at first today. The battery of Florsch and Marte.
Ladies and gentlemen,
glad to have you here on the network.
Coach Jack Kaiser of Oak Park, coach for 49
And they're going to take a moment of silence here for Jack Kaiser, the coach of the
all-tournament team this year.
The coach of the Oak Park team. He died this past spring after 49 years of coaching or something like that. 45 years of remarkable career that Kaiser had. And we're set. Todd Spitze leads it off. Takes a strike. Strike one. Steve Florsch, in the 2 games that he has pitched in, has struck out 17 and walked 4. There's a fly ball. And Geary calls for it. He has it for the out. 1 up, 1 down. And here's Matt Wyatt. Matt Wyatt, the second baseman for the Tigers of Edwardsville. They've also had their trouble scoring runs. There's a high fly ball. Rogers over. Calls for it. Hands it for the out. Quickly, 2 up, 2 down. And here's Bo Moody. He takes a strike. Inside a ball. Now the pitch on the way by Florsch. Strike on the outside corner. Swinging a little foul tip. New Trier pitchers as a whole in the playoffs have struck out 34, make it 35, and walked 15. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left at the end of 1. Half inning of play, no score. Leading it off will be Chris Busby. Some of the crowd here today.
The schools of the Illinois High School Association are looking for someone like you to become licensed as an IHSA official.
Bring the playoffs, batting .294, leads it off. Followed by Andrew Gelber. He's batting .166, and Brian Pritz batting .111. The Trevians, that's those batting averages are in the playoffs only, the 5 games of the playoffs. Busby at .294, Gelber at .166, and Pritz at .111. Busby been at bat 17 times in the playoffs, 5 singles. Been hit by a pitch once, 2 walks. He has scored 3 runs, 2 sacrifices, no stolen bases. The first pitch is a ball low. That's playoff. That's low ball. 2-0 to Chris Busby. Here's a strike on the inside corner. I found last year it seemed that they kind of expanded the strike zone a little bit. There's a strike. Appears they're doing it again this year. 2-2 the count to Busby. Leading off here in the inning, foul ball. Bottom half of the first. Strike 3. And Busby strikes out. First strikeout victim. Here's Andrew Gelber. Gelber been at bat in the playoffs 18 times, 3 singles, has walked 3 times, scored 2 runs. 1 out. There's a strike. Outside a ball. Unfortunately, we've got to shoot through a screen here. That's where they assign us. Now the pitch on the way. Inside a ball. Trevians like to crowd the plate a little bit too, so swing and a little bloop. In for the base hit single for Gelber. Single to center. And that brings up Brian Pritz. Pritz is batting just 111 in the playoffs. Been at bat 18 times, 2 singles. He's had 3 walks and scored 2 runs. One out, one on. Throw to first. Gelber back. The Trevians leading stolen base for stealing bases. The leading base stealer is not here today. Peter Harper stole 6 bases through the playoffs here alone. He's actually stolen about a little over 40, which is the best among the entire north suburban area. But Peter chose to go with the music group that went to China, and so he is not here for this one. High fly ball. Center fielder backing up a little bit. Has it for the out. 2 down, and here's Matt Loddick. Matt Loddick comes to the plate. 5:45 during the playoffs. During that time, he's been at bat 11 times, 6 singles, hit by a pitch once, walked 3 times, scored 3 runs, 1 sacrifice fly, and 4 stolen bases. Next to Harper, he leads the Trevians in that department as well. Throw to first, and Gelber dives back. Matt Sharp on deck. Now the pitch out. Runner not going. 1-0 to Loddick, who set a record last year, number of records in the playoffs. Went 10 of 11. Also hit safely 8 times in a row, which was a record. A couple of other records, as I remember it, too. I'll have to look it up back up. Strike on the inside corner. Looked like it might have been a little bit high up around the letters. maybe a little bit above. Now the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1-2 the count. Delodic. Now they look and the throw to first. Runner back. The Trevians have been walked 24 times in a game. Strike 3. And now been struck out 24 times. In the inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. We'll be back with more from Elstrom Stadium right after these messages. And we go to the second inning. Leading it off is Danny Jackson, the first baseman. Number 4 hitter in the lineup for the Tigers of Edwardsville. Edwardsville, suburban St. Louis. About 20 miles east of the Arch. There's a strike. Strike 1 by Flores. Coming into the game, the Trevians had left 34 men on base through the 5 games. That's about 7 a game average. There's a strike. Through the first 5 games, the Trevians have been walked 24 times, about 5 per game, and struck out 23 times. The Trevians as a team going into today's game struck out 34, walked 15. The scores of the games here in the playoffs: New Trier beat Notre Dame 8-7, then beat Loyola 2-1 in 9 innings. Beat Maine South 11-7, Oak Park 2-1, and Stevenson 2-0 in 10 innings. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and a second strikeout for Flores in the game. And here's Riggs, Travis Riggs, the catcher for the Tigers. I think they won the American Legion's state 2 years ago. That was the year the Trevians, out of the last 4, they have been here 3 times. And that was the year that they didn't make it down, was the year that Edwardsville won it. That's a ball. High fly ball. Gary calls for it. Waits and has it for the out. 2 down, and here's Josh Mercer, the third baseman. We got to shoot through the screen here. Nothing we can do about that. That's where we're required to be. Well, that's the reason you got those funny little fuzzy things in the way. The pitch on the way. Swing and a ground ball. Knocked down, but now Gelber, no, he can't pick it up. First hit of the ball game, a little single. First hit of the ball game for the Tigers. And each team now with a hit. And here's Reinick, Jason Reinick, the right fielder. Jason Reinick, the right fielder.
Right fielder number 10, Jason Reinick.
So Jason Reinick bats. The pitch on the way to him. Foul ball. Back into the stands here. On Fridays, the crowds generally are not all that great. The crowds usually come out for particularly for the championship rounds. And this year, we'll have a new champion. The champion was eliminated early. Fly ball. Everybody on the run. Nobody will get to it. Here comes the throw to third. No. Sharp, and on the play, going to second is Reineck. On the throw to first, so call that a single. Second on the throw. And there are two aboard. Two out. And the designated hitter, Skisik. Skisik bats. Two singles, two outs though. And Steve Florsch gets the sign from Steve Marte. Delivery. Ooh, luscious curve. I don't know what was wrong with that one, other than it might have been high. Kind of hard to tell how high they are. But boy, that thing curved beautifully right over the plate. Unless it curved around the plate, I suppose it could have done that too. Outside low, a ball. Ski right. Marte having a little trouble with it. Got a little lazy with the mitt. Back there. Boy, you talk about a player that's going to be playing with a lot of emotion, I would think, would be Steve Marte. Just a sophomore. Low and outside a ball. The count goes full. Full count. Time called. Count goes full. Two out. Throw to third. They got him. Caught him napping. And Mercer is out. Well, they caught Josh Mercer leaning the wrong way. And boy, he was out by plenty. There's the call on the signal. And wham, boy, was he out. So in the inning, no runs on two hits, no errors, and one left. So Florsch, with a great play, that pickoff play, they've worked to perfection so many times. It works again. Leading it off for the Trebians here in the bottom half of the second will be Matt Sharp. We'll have Matt Sharp. He'll be followed by Luke Sunheim. Hello. There. Oops, I goofed on that. Sunheim and then Brian Rogers. Matt Sharp. Ball low and outside. Sharp has been at bat 17 times, 3 singles, been walked once, scored 3 runs, and 1 sacrifice. He's batting 176 in the playoffs. Pitch is low and away, a ball, 2-0. To Matt Sharp. Luke Sunheim on deck. Swing and a miss, strike. Swing and a hot shot. Through for the base hit, single. So Matt Sharp with the single, and here's Luke Sunheim. Luke Sunheim batting 200 as he comes to the plate in the playoffs. Here's Luke. He's been at bat 15 times in the playoffs. 2 singles, 1 double, 3 walks, 2 runs scored. and one sacrifice. But he's come up with some pretty key hits down the stretch here. So Matt Sharp aboard. Leadoff batter. There goes Sharp. There's the throw down there. Not in time, and Sharp has a stolen base. So runner on at second in scoring position, and here's Sunheim. Trevians have been leaving a lot of men on base and have not been scoring a lot of runs. They pitch outside the ball. Well, that was like Tuesday. They had the bases loaded with one out and couldn't get the players home, get a run home. Wasn't until Brian Rogers came, Rogers and Geary teamed up. Inside a ball. Swing and a ground ball. Taken, bobbled, throw, in time. And on the play, Sharp goes to third. So with one out, here's Brian Rogers. Sharp at third. Now the pitch. Swing and a pop-up foul into the Trevian side. Strike one. Shortens the bunt. Right back to the pitcher. Throw home, and boy, did they have Sharp dead to rights. Fielder's choice on a terrible bunt by Rogers.
Right fielder number 33, Tom Geary.
Here's Tommy Geary, the right fielder. Comes to the plate. Geary batting .230 in the playoffs. The 5 games of the playoffs. Right fielder made some key plays and a key hit to get the Trevians here. To Geary, strike one. So Tommy, that key double. Tommy's been at bat 13 times in the playoffs. 2 singles, 1 double, 5 walks. Ground ball taken by the third baseman. Throw to first in time. And the inning over. In the inning, no runs, 1 hit. No errors, and 1 man left. We played 2. No score. We'll be back with more. So Aaron Skizik gets a new count here. He was at the plate when the runner got picked off the end of the second. There's a foul tip strike. Third inning, no score. There's a strike. Florsch with the highest ERA out of the 3 starters, if you will. That's a ball. At 2.17, I believe it is. Through the regular season. Right to Loddick. Dan Loddick with the unassisted put out. 1 up, 1 down. Here's Havas. Joe Havas, the center fielder. He bunts down the line. Whoa! Error on Sharp. Couldn't field it cleanly. And here's Spitzy. Todd Spitzy, the shortstop. Havas on at first. Now the pitch. High a ball. So the Trevian's a little asleep out there. I think as a whole they're a little asleep out there. I'm not taking one player particularly. Throw to first. Again, and again the runner back. That's inside a ball. Havas on base with one out, courtesy of the error to Matt Sharp. There goes the runner. There's the throw, and it's over everything. Out into center field. So another error. And two errors have a runner at third with one out. There's a little bunt picked up by the runner. Throw when the runner came home. 3-1 on the shovel by Florsch. Let's watch that one again. That was awful close. It was actually a bunt in the air. Watch it. See it going up in the air, and everyone gives chase to it. Loddick tried to come in on it, and it falls right there. And they shovel over. Oh, he was safe. Thank you, umpire. But in the meantime, the run scores. There's a strike. Well, sometimes they go your way and sometimes they don't. That one went the Trevian's way as far as the out, but in the meantime, the run did score. That curved inside, 2-1 the count. To Matt Wyatt, second baseman, nobody on. 2 out now. Out a pitch on the way. Outside a ball. Out a pitch. High pop-up. Foul and headed our way. About 4 or 5 rows in front of us. Now the pitch. Low a ball. And Wyatt draws the walk. Here's Bo Moody. Moody struck out his first time up. Number 3 in the batting order for the Edwardsville Tigers. Trevians will have Marte, Busby, and Gelber due up in the third inning. Trevians have a little work to do now. They're down a run thanks to 2 bloops, a couple of errors in the same play here. Same player. There goes a runner. Another stolen base. Busby wasn't too excited about putting down the tag. So 2 stolen bases against Marte for Florsch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 and the inning over. In the inning, 1 run on no hits, a walk, 2 errors, and a man left. Steve Marte to lead it off. Marte batting .500 in the playoffs. Been at bats 8 times, 4 singles, and been walked twice. Marte to lead it off. Number 9 hitter in the Trevian's batting order. To lead it off. Here in the bottom of the third, Trevian's down by a run. There's a strike, strike 1. There's the third baseman playing in shallow on the grass. Ground ball taken by the first baseman, also playing shallow. And he has it takes it for the unassisted out. One up, one down, and here's Chris Busby. Busby struck out. First time up.
Leadoff hitter, second baseman, number 11, Chris Busby.
So the pitch inside a ball. First pitch to Busby, 1-0. High, 2-0. To Busby, batting with nobody on. One out, bottom of the third. Zika delivers, and that's high, 3-0. Brett Zika on the mound for the Tigers. There's a strike. Busby taking it all the way. And time called. Busby steps out of the box. Chris has really done a fantastic job fielding. Ball 4. And Busby draws the walk. Here's Andrew Gelber. Gelber singled his last time up. Now the throw to first. And Busby back. We've got another television crew here today from Edwardsville. That's that other announcing you might hear in the background a little bit. Now the throw over to first, and again. Busby back. Chris Busby has just gotten his third walk of the playoffs. And the pitch on the way. There's a strike. Well, finally get some baseball weather. Temperatures in the 80s, high humidity this morning. Got him. Caught Busby leaning the wrong way. And there's 2 out. Busby took a little too much of a lead. Tried to dive back, but no way. So there's 2 out. Gelber bats. Strike on the inside corner. As we said, the Trevians kind of leading.
I'm not sure how it works.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And the Trevians go quietly in the third. In the third inning, no runs, no hits, and no errors. Nobody left.
Okay.
And to lead off the 4th inning, a ball. And that's low ball, 2-0. Whoops. Forgot something there. There's a strike. 2-1. 2-1 the count. Let's fix that. There we go. Now we got it right. There's a strike, and the count evens up at deuces. 2-2. Those 2 costly errors for the Trevians, giving up a run, basically. Now the pitch on the way. High a ball. The count goes full at 3-2. Jackson, Riggs, and Mercer due up for the Tigers. Danny Jackson, the first baseman. Travis Riggs, the catcher. And Josh Mercer, who got picked off. And he got hit by the pitch. So Jackson goes down to first. They're going to take a little time here to check him over a little bit. There have been a lot of that this spring. A lot more than I've seen in previous years. Here's Riggs. Travis Riggs. They pitch on the way to him. A high pop-up. Running, going back. Oh, called off. And now picked up by Geary. Throw to second and the force out. So score that as a force out. Fielder's choice. And boy, I'll tell you something. We were saying this team is asleep a little bit. There's another example of it. So runner on at first, throw over there, and the runner back. Fortunately, the Trevians got an out of that. Jackson kind of got caught in no man's land with that play. There's a squibber. That's going to be a base hit. And good idea to hold where you are with the arm of Tommy Geary. So runners on at first and second. And here's Reineck. There's a strike. And so technically you don't call that a hit. I suppose you could call that an error. Busby went out, called it, and then Geary called him off, but didn't get there. There go the runners, and stolen base. So runners on at second and third with a one out. And Reineck the batter. Time called and get a couple of signals straight. Throw to third. Safe this time. Not by much, but he was safe. He was back there. Nearly worked again. This time on Riggs. One out, two aboard, in scoring position. Delivery on the way, swing and a ground ball. They'll concede the run, throw to first, got him. And it is 2-0. And that's why you got to make those outs. And here's Skizik. Here's Skizik. He grounded out to Loddick his last time up. There's a strike. Strike one. Now the pitch on the way outside the ball. And the count evens up at 1-1. Trevians, highly regarded this year in baseball. They were in basketball too. Didn't get past this game in basketball. Pitch inside the ball. Middle of the batting order due up for the Trevians. Fritz, Loddick, and Sharp. 3, 4, and 5. In the bottom half of the fourth. Now the pitch on the way. A little squibber, fly ball. No. Pop up. And it's taken by Loddick for the out. In the inning, 1 run on 1 hit. No errors officially. And 1 man left. We go into the bottom of the fourth. Trevians down 2-0. We'll be back with more in a moment. And the pitch is a strike. Fritz has been in a terrible slump through the playoffs here. Like to see him get on track. Inside a ball. 1-1. Outside a ball. Matt Loddick on deck. Loddick loves to hit in this place. The pitch on the way. Swing and a ground ball. Third baseman has it. The throw in time. 1 up, 1 down. And here's Matt Loddick. Matt set a record, 10 of 11.
First baseman number 3, Matt Loddick.
Last year here, 10 of 11. He also tied a record for hits in a ball game and set a record for the most consecutive hits in a row at 8. The ball inside. And that one a little bit too inside. He almost tried to lean into that one, try and get hit. 2-0. Loddick struck out his first time up. A line shot right down the line. That's going to go for extra bases. Here comes Loddick into second with a double. And that also was a record that Loddick had last year. Tied a record. 3 doubles in the 3 games. Here's Matt Sharp. Sharp singled his last time up. Erased on that terrible suicide squeeze by Rogers. Fake Loddick back. Wasn't anybody there. So run around at second with 1 out. Trevians need to do a little damage here in the 4th inning. Time called. Sharp steps out. Looks like he got a little something in his eye. We're here at Elfstrom Stadium in Geneva. The look back. Now the pitch on the way. Inside a ball. First game of the quarterfinal. Early in the morning. Real time. Again, the fake back for Loddick. That is a base stealing threat. Now the pitch. There's a strike on the outside corner. Now the Trevians trying to advance for a 2nd year in a row in the baseball playoffs. The pitch on the way, swing and a ground ball, through for the base hit. Here comes Loddick around. Here comes the throw. Won't be in time. And the Trevians are on the board. Single by Matt Sharp. And the Trevians are up. Get a run. And here's Luke Sondheim. Well, Matt Sharp with the little seeing eye single up the middle. Shortstop tried to get over there. There you see the dive went under him. And on the play, Matt Loddick comes home to score the first run of the ball game for the Trevians. Time. Throw to first and Sharp back. Sharp 2 for 2 on the day and has stolen a base. Now again, the throw over to first. Runner back. Luke Sunheim. Designated hitter for the Trevians. Swing and a ground ball. Foul. No. Fair ball. Fielder's choice. Right down the line. Fielder's choice. Score at 5-4 on the putout. And here's Brian Rogers. So a man aboard. Brian Rogers. He was the one that kind of goofed on that suicide squeeze that Sharp was tagged out at the plate on back in the second. Batting here in the fourth. Line shot! Wow! Back it goes, off the wall. Here comes Sunheim, and he's going to score from first. Here comes the throw. Won't be anywhere near in time. And on the play, Rogers goes to second with a double. And the Trevians have tied it at 2. Well, Brian Rogers gets all of this one, popping it against the wall in right field. Wham! And the outfielders for Edwardsville playing in very shallow. And there you see, one hopper to the wall. Sunheim coming around. And on the play, double for Rogers. I don't think the Tigers of Edwardsville hit the cutoff man. And Sunheim scores from first easily. And the Trevians and Edwardsville are tied at 2. Here's Tommy Geary. Tommy Geary set to bat. And we're going to change a tape here and be right back as they go out to talk. Well, we tried to do it in time, and we didn't. Had to physically change our tapes, and that was we missed a pitch. As they go out to talk. Well, we tried to do it in time, and we didn't. Had to physically change our tapes, and that was we missed a pitch, a ball. There's a strike, and the count's 1-1 to Tommy Geary. So Tom Geary, Trevians with 2 doubles and a single and a fielder's choice, and they have tied this one up. Now the pitch on the way to Geary, outside a ball. So the Trevians have come back again. Loddick with the double. Sharp with the single, scoring Loddick. And then Rogers with the double, scoring Sunheim, who was safe on the fielder's choice. Pitch outside a ball. Tommy Geary, stocky right fielder for the Trevians. The look back. Now the pitch, a wide shot. That's going to go down the line. To the wall. Here comes Rogers. He'll score easily. Geary will go to second easily, standing up. And the Trevians have the lead. Well, I understand the Edwardsville field is actually a pretty small baseball field, and the outfielders have been playing exceptionally shallow, and this one gets out there in a hurry, back to the fence, and another double, the third of the inning, and the Trevians have taken the lead here, 3-2. Wham! Line shot. And you'll see that right fielder, the left fielder, go all the way back to the fence to pick that one up. Kind of died on the warning track. And no trouble for Rogers to score from second. And no trouble for Gary to get to second. And the Trevians lead 3-2. So Tommy Gary on. And the Trevians with the lead. And here's Steve Marte, the catcher.
Number 5, Steve Marte.
Infield again pulled in. They pitch on the way. High pop-up. Second baseman calls for it. He has it for the out. In the inning. 3 runs on 4 hits. No errors and 1 man left. We played 4. Trevians lead it 3-2, and we'll be back with more. We 5th inning now. And here's Havis. He was the recipient of a gift. Those 2 errors, both on Havis. One getting him on and one allowing him to get the third. He ended up scoring a run. There's a ball low. So Havis bats. Has a stolen base also in there. Steve Florsch on the mound. Delivery on the way, low, a ball. Florsch has struck out 3. And walked 1. Out of pitch. Low, a ball. Todd Spitzy on deck, the leadoff batter for the Tigers of Edwardsville. University town. Also a county seat, I believe, just across the river. And about 10 to 15, maybe 20 miles east of St. Louis. There's a walk. I've actually been to Edwardsville. Went over to the university. Southern Illinois University has an Edwardsville campus over there. Also spent some time in the Courthouse Square. Very interesting little bar there. I'm old enough. Spitzy bats. Run around at first. Pitch on the way. Line shot. And he's got it to the wall. Over the head of Rogers, and the runner on his way to third. Now he's going to try and go all the way home. He does and scores. And the double by Spitzy has tied this one up right away. And right away, Elmer runs on down. He's going to start warming up. Peter Elmer. There's a fly ball down the line. Foul. Not by much, but out of the ballpark foul. About 3 to 5 yards foul. Here's Wyatt. Matt Wyatt, the second baseman, runner on at second. On a pitch. A ball high. 1-1 the count. So the lead run on at second with nobody out here in the 5th inning. Trevians will have Busby, Gelber, and Pritz due up. We'll throw over to second and runner back. Steve Florsch delivers. Right up the middle, base hit single. Here comes the runner. No, he's going to hold. Wise move. Throw on one bounce to the catcher. Boy, did Fritz let loose a bomb. A great throw, holding the runner, and they knew about him quickly. Chris Piggott out to have a word with Florsch. And Bo Moody. So runners on at the corners with nobody out here in the 5th inning.
Attention please, the long area along third base is closed.
And the Trevians in a little bit of trouble here.
Thank you.
Runners on at the corners, nobody out. 1 run in, we're tied back up. And Bo Moody has struck out twice in his 2 previous plate appearances. And a number 3 batter in the lineup that has gone that way. You get a little concerned. The pitch is high a ball. Start chewing at the nails a little bit. So Bo Moody. Pitch on the way. Foul ball. Back to the screen. Trevian's catcher from last year, Nick Wallace, here today. Notice I saw Nick come in a little bit earlier. And I noticed Josh Nygett and Tom Duda from this year's basketball team here. Pitch is high a ball. There's the steal, and they were expecting it to be a double steal, so they'll let it go uncontested. Runners on at 2nd and 3rd now with 1 out, nobody out. And Moody the batter. Oh, brother. 2 men in scoring position and nobody out. In a tie ball game. 5th inning of a possible 7-inning regulation. In high school, the pitch on the way. Swinging a foul ball. Bounces up and over the dugout, the Trevians dugout. Trevians are the home team tonight. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Drop 3rd strike, but not to be concerned. For a 3rd time today, Moody strikes out. So now there's 1 out, and Danny Jackson. He has struck out, been hit by a pitch, and now they're going to give him an intentional walk. So the 2nd walk of the inning, this one intentional, and that brings up Riggs. Riggs grounded into a fielder's choice and flew out to right. Takes a strike. Now the pitch on the way. A ball. Looked like it probably was a little high. Now the Trevian pitching staff has been known to pitch their way out of jams. Let's see if they can do it this time. Pitches high, a ball. Oh my. Come on. Get it down, Steve. Let him hit it. I'd rather have him ground into something here. Bases are loaded. 1 out. Obviously, the Trevians are hoping for a double play ball. Now the pitch on the way. Swing and a pop-up. Waddick's got room. He has it for the out. 2 down. Wow. And Matt Waddick with the catch in foul territory. 2 out, and here's Josh Mercer. He's singled twice. Takes a pitch high, a ball. So Mercer bats with the bases loaded and 2 out. The delivery on the way. Low ball. Flores trying to pitch his way out of a jam. There's a strike. Bases loaded. Ball game tied at 3. Delivery on the way. Ground ball. Picked up by Busby. Flips to second on the fielder's choice, and the inning over. So the Trevians get their way out of a jam in the inning. 1 run on 2 hits, 2 walks, and 3 left. We go to the bottom half of the 5th. There's some of the crowd here today. That makes 6 left on base for the Tigers. And here's Chris Busby to lead it off. Busby struck out, walked, and was picked off in his 2 previous plate appearances today. Squibsman foul. Bottom of the 5th inning. There's a strike. Well, there's a ground ball. Picked up by the second baseman. Throw to first in time. 1 up, 1 down. For the Trevians, I would say there have been a couple of players that have come through with some key hits. Loddick to start it off with the double. Sharp, 2 hits on the day. Rogers with the double to the fence. Geary with the double to the fence. Swinging a ground ball over the third baseman for the base hit. And Gelber with his second hit of the day is on at first base for Brian Pritz. I'd like to see Brian get a hit, any hit. This needs to bust out of that slump. Throw to first, runner back. They'll keep Gelber close. Zika on the mound has gone the distance for the Tigers of Edwardsville. On the throw over, and again the runner back. Again, and again the runner back, this time without a play on him. Tag made. Danny Jackson at first base for the Tigers. Andrew Gelber standing over there as the base runner for the Trevians. Now the pitch on the way. In there for a strike. I'd like to see the Trevians quit going so deep into the count. There have been some pretty good pitches early on. Their throw to first that have been fairly hittable that they have let pass during the playoffs. The pitch on the way. Low ball. Brian Pritz has decided to grow a little beard here, little goatee during the playoff run. There's a strike on the outside corner. Kind of a holdover from. Actually, kind of a holdover from the from last year's team. They don't shave, I guess, during the playoff run. Nick Wallace started that. I think he started that after I started it, but I don't know. He and I started talking about that, and he said, no, we're not going to shave. So I let my beard grow a little bit, and he did too. Swinging a little bloop. That's going to be a base hit single. So Fritz singles, puts 2 aboard, and here's Matt Loddick. Last time up, ripped one right down the left field line for the base hit. 2 base hit for Loddick. Batting here. In the 5th. That's a ball low. Nobody going. Of course, Matt is Stanford bound. You might have known that we had an alumni basketball game this past week in real time, and Matt couldn't play because under the IHSA rules, he would have been ineligible to play in the baseball had he played in the basketball game. So they substituted Darius Miles from East St. Louis going to the NBA. He's here in town. Swing and a miss, strike. Loddick. Loddick sort of hung around, but didn't get to play in that alumni game. Darius, teammates of both Matt Loddick and Todd Townsend on the AAU Warriors summer team. So Matt bats. Chance to do some damage here. Gelber on at second, Pritz on at first. 1 out. Loddick at bat. Now the pitch on the way. Low and away a ball. They look back, the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Oh my, second strikeout for Loddick. Boy, that's unusual. Second strikeout in the ball game, but he sandwiched in between that a key double. And here's Matt Sharp. Matt, 2 for 2 on the day. Time called. Out to have a word. You talk too much, you worry me to death. You talk too much, you even worry my bed. You just talk too much. Here's Matt Sharp. Edwardsville team very scared of Sharp. We were talking to the Edwardsville broadcasters and some of the fans before the game. Well aware of Matt and his reputation from last year's game. Pitches outside and low, a ball. The Trevians last year demolished this Edwardsville team. This year it's a pitcher's duel. What else is new? Well, a lot of our games have been pitcher's duels here. Even our blowout got close. There's a swing and a miss, right? Ended up at 11-7 versus Maine South. Trevians scored 8 runs in that Maine South game on 1 hit. 9 runs on 2. Line shot down the line. That's a base hit. Run's going to score. And they're going to hold up Prince at third. A double for Sharp. And Sharp is 3 for 3. The Trevians have regained the lead 4-3 on the double. And Prince goes to third. Well, Zika does it again. He grooves a pitch. And the Trevians again take advantage of that pulled-in outfield for Edwardsville. And a double. I think that run would have scored anyway. There you see the right fielder giving chase and able to cut it off before it got all the way to the fence. Had he not been able to do that, Prince could have scored easily. As it is, they put up the stop sign on Prince. But Gelber comes home, and the Trevians have taken the lead on the double by Matt Sharp. With 2 out, and here's Luke Sunheim. Luke Sunheim, the designated hitter, safe on a fielder's choice, and scored a run last inning. Batting here in the 5th, Trevians have regained the lead. There's a strike. Trevians now starting to hit again. 3 hits this inning, 4 hits last inning. Swinging a little bloop. Gonna drop? No. Caught by the right fielder. Falling down. And the inning over. The Trevians 1 run on 3 hits. No errors, 2 left. And the Trevians lead 4-3 after 5. We'll be back with more. One. Here's Reniak. Bottom third of the order, due up. Line shot foul. Down the line. They put in a new picnic area, I noticed, down that left field line. On a pitch, strike on the inside corner. Now the delivery on the way. Swinging a ground ball. Oh, just beyond the reach of Gelber. Base hit. Little single off to left field. And here's Skisik.
Number 23, Aaron Skisik.
Skisik, a key pop out. Grounded out to Loddick in the 1st and then popped out to Loddick in the 4th to end the inning. High pop-up foul. And a man on second. Couldn't get him home. Now the pitch on the way. Line shot, center field. Picked up by Pritz. Out. The throw. No, gets a past Loddick. Marte there, though, to back it up. So just a fly out as Brian Pritz has it for the out. 1 out. And there's Havas. And the number 9 batter for the Tigers has been safe on an error, scored a run, walked and scored a run. I think they're saying whether or not he had passed second base. That is the question that they're after here.
Now batting for the Tigers, center fielder number 13, Joe Davis.
So here's Davis. Now the pitch on the way. Strike. Sharp pulled in. looking for the bunt. Trevian's leading by a run. A balk. All right, how come that's a balk? Let's see what he did. They balk, but the only thing I can think of here is he held the ball too long. Because I don't see him doing anything here. But the the batter's off the... I don't know. I don't understand this. The batter's out of the... Now he steps in. Now he calls the balk. Why? The thing I can think of here was that the pitcher what's the reason for the balk? I think that that's what Florsch is saying. Hey, the ump was the one that was calling it, that was delaying it. And then wait a minute, I'll find out. Let me talk to the home plate umpire. And the home plate umpire says, "No, I'm going with you. What did you see?" Now, this should not have been a balk, but okay. Maybe we can get out of this. All right, call it a balk. I don't understand why, though. On the mysteries of life, at last I found you. I have no idea what that is a balk over. Absolutely none. So runner on at second with one out, and that represents the tying run. On a pitch on the way. High a ball. Well, the Trevians were recipients of a out that should have been called safe. They got the call that time, so this time they didn't get it. They even out. Top of the sixth. Throw to second. Runner back. I have absolutely no idea why that was a balk. Other than he held it too long. There's a strike. Inside corner. Well, the great teams don't let things like that bother you. And the great players. So we'll see if Steve Florsch can pitch his way out of it. The look back, the delivery. Swing and a little squibber. Picked up, throw, in time. And on the play, Reniak goes to third.
Here's the shortstop, number 2, Todd Spitzy.
Here's Spitzy. Little ground ball from Busby to Waddick for the out. And on the play, Reniak goes to third. Reineck, rather, goes to third. And here's Spitzy. There's a strike. Spitzy sent a double to the wall his last time up. That's the hit that tied up the ball game at 3. Trevian scored in the bottom half of the 5th to take the lead. There's a strike. And Florsch way ahead in the count. Now the pitch on the way. Swinging a ground ball. Squibber. Foul. hot afternoon. We have a breeze blowing in over the garbage dump back behind the stadium here. And the odor is a little intense. Smells a little bit like dead fish. I was wondering where that was coming from, and then I realized the wind is blowing right over the Settlers Hill, it's called. Time call. Marte out to have a word with Flores. Rogers, Geary, and Marte due up in the bottom half. Of the sixth, here's the pitch. Swing and a pop-up. Roddick calling for it. Roddick has it for the out. In the inning, no runs, one hit, no errors, and a man left. We go to the bottom half of the sixth. Trevian's leading 4-3. Go to the bottom half of the sixth inning. Brian Rogers leads it off. Ground ball, fair ball, and the unassisted putout by the first baseman. Here's Tommy Geary. Both Rogers and Geary sent one to the wall back in the fourth inning. Give the Trevians a temporary 3-2 lead.
Now for the Trevians is right fielder number 33, Tom Geary.
Geary, 1 for 2 on the day. Batting with one out. There's a strike. Trevian's been struck out 4 times, got 1 walk, left 5 on base. There's a pitch inside of ball. Swing and a high fly ball. Center fielder waits, has it for the out. 2 down. And batting for Marte is John Corwin. Corwin's been at bat 3 times during the playoffs. And actually 4 times. He was safe. He was out on a sacrifice, worked it to perfection, and out 3 times. Batting here for Steve Marte in the bottom of the 6th. And Corwin bats. Line shot, base hit to left. A single for Corwin. And here is Chris Busby.
The second baseman, number 11, Chris Busby.
So Busby bats. He's officially 0 for 2 at the plate. He did walk and then was picked off in the 3rd inning. Now the pitch. Ball, a steal, and it works. Stolen base for Corwin. Second stolen base of the ball game. Time called. Busby steps out. Now the look back, the pitch, a bunt attempt, and that's foul. Matt Sharp doing a little loosening up in case he's needed. Down the line, outside the ball. Middle of the batting order. 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Tigers in the 7th. Out of pitch, ground ball, foul, strike. Now the look back, the pitch on the way. Low a ball. Andrew Gelber on deck. Well, this has been a case of everybody sort of contributing. Gelber, 2 for 3. Run scored. Brits, 1 for 3. Loddick, 1 for 3. Sharp, 3 for 3. Corwin back. Sunheim, 0 for 3, but a fielder's choice that scored a run. And he scored a run. Rogers, strike 3 on the inside corner. And Busby called out on strikes. Well, let's hold them and go home time. We go to the 7th. Trevian's leading 4-3. And we'll be back with more in just a moment. Ian Jackson, first pitch on the way high, a ball. Hold them and go home time. Trevians, if they win this one, will advance to the semifinals and be guaranteed a piece of metal. Hopefully a banner to go up on the wall in Gates Gym to go with the one from last year. Maybe on the other side with the big blue and white state championship. And the pitch is low ball. I know Matt Loddick would like to have at least one to his name. I know a lot of the others would like it too. Pitch is inside a ball. And Wyatt draws the walk. Time called. And out comes Coach Piggott. Out to have a word. Peter Elmer just went down there to start warming up again. Eric Wilson was kind of loosening up a little bit after Matt Sharp came back into the game. Marte has re-entered. So here's Moody. Ball gets away. There goes the runner. The second on the pass ball from Marte. So the tying run at second, nobody out. Now the pitch on the way, outside a ball. Moody struck out 3 times in his 3 previous plate appearances. Now the pitch on the way. Swing and a ground ball. Picked up by Sharp on the one hop. Over to first, and there's one away. Boy, a little bit to the side, and that could have been trouble. As it was right at Matt Sharp. One up, one down. And here's Danny Jackson. Jackson has struck out, been hit by a pitch, and intentionally walked. Oh my. Slipped away a little bit from Florsch. Ball. Let's not let that runner get the third. Now the pitch is in there for a strike. Steve Florsch on the mound for the Trivians. State quarterfinals. Swinging a little squibber, foul. One out, one on. Now the delivery by Florsch, another pop-up foul, headed off into the stands. Sets out outside, that's where he threw it. No ball. Now the pitch on the way, high and tight a ball. Oh my. Now the pitch. High pop-up foul. Hanging tough is Danny Jackson, the cleanup hitter for the Tigers. Swing and a pop-up. Foul. Waddick giving chase. Out of play. Jackson stays alive. Out of pitch. Swing and a pop-up. And Pritz over. Calls for it. Has it for the out. And that's 2 down. One more and we go home. Or more directly, we go to the quarterfinals. Go to the semifinals, having won the quarterfinals. Last year was the first time in New Trier history that they won a quarterfinal game. They're attempting to repeat the feat here right now. 2 out. Tying run at second. Trevians lead 4-3. 2 out. And a little squibber foul. Got a little piece of it. So Travis Riggs, the catcher, the last hope for the Tigers. We probably will not like to see the Trevians again if they lose this one. There's a pitch low, a ball. They're down to the last out. Trevians hoping to advance to the medal round. A little ground ball taken by Gelber. Over to Laddick and the Trevians win it. And the Trevians will get a medal. And the Trevians are victorious. We'll be back in just a moment to recap this one.
In nature,
Well, for the Trevians, 4 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors. They had 2 stolen bases. They were recipients of only 1 walk from the Edwardsville pitcher Zika. 5 strikeouts, and they left 6 on base. For the Edwardsville Tigers, 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. 5 stolen bases on Steve Marte. They were walked 3 times, one of them intentionally. Floor struck out 4, and the Edwardsville Tigers left 8 on base. They also got one hit batsman, that was Jackson, to lead off the 4th inning. So the Trevians, for the second year in a row, will advance to the medal round and will finish in the Final Four somewhere. Hopefully a chance, they're still alive, a chance to win the state championship in baseball for the second year in a row. Join us then for our next broadcast here on the network when the Trevians advance and will play in the semifinal against either De La Salle or Frems. So for all of us here at the network, hope you have enjoyed this game. And remind you that we will be here throughout the playoffs here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. So Flores goes to a record of, I believe now he is 11-1, or is it 12-1? The 3 starting pitchers in the regular rotation now for the Trevians have a combined record of 30-1. Join us for our next game. For all of us here. Well, we'll stick around and enjoy some of the ceremony here. Well, the final word on this, the Trevians, Chris Busby, was 0 for 3 officially, but he did walk once. Gelber, 2 for 3. Pritz, 1 for 3. Loddick, 1 for 3. Sharp, 3 for 3 at the plate. Sunheim, 0 for 3, but he did get a fielder's choice and score a run. Rogers, 2 for 3, big double in that 4th inning. Geary, 1 for 3, a big double in that 4th inning. Marte, 0 for 2, and Corwin, 1 for 1. The big blow, the winning hit by Matt Sharp, a double, brought home Gelber with the game-winning run. So this is Mark Braun, again, Florsch with the victory. And I believe he goes to 11-1 on the year. For all of us here at the network, hope you have enjoyed this broadcast, and we'll greet you with the semifinal game here on the network as our next broadcast. For all of us, hope you enjoyed it, and say as always,